all the way live. All right, let me check what's going up. Your finger. Oh, it was too much. What are you doing big? Only 100. You can see it be live. Put you back here. Put you back here. Yep, really good. Switching. All right. Share my screen. Check.
And I just found out that the dude that I work with that supposed to come on here, I found out he was the Mexican one. He was Latino way he was talking about this other lady. And see, he gonna ask me what you know about that. I told boy, man, I don't really care for it. But I didn't like what she did. She took a picture in my bathroom and sent it to her. Oh, wow. I think I care for that. Snake. Sure.
All right, so we got a screen here. So these brothers here, Maccabees TV this morning has it up here. Choose ye this day free will or versus choice. So they claiming that you don't have a free will. This is what they're teaching. I'm gonna touch on it. We're gonna get into our class. They say we don't have a free will. You only have a choice, which don't make no sense whatsoever. Right? Because how you gonna make a choice if you don't have a free will? Free will comes before choice, does it not? That's right. Oh, good. Mike, before we start, we got any questions? Let's start there. Is there any questions before we start?
Well, mine would kind of go with what's going on today too, because then did Adam have free will? That's where it was started.
No, that's where it comes.
Come, and of course Adam had free will.
Yeah, if you don't have free will, then why punish you
Come,
for making a choice that you didn't make?
right. So the whole fall would just be
They're saying, well, you made a choice, so you made the wrong choice, so you get punished because you have a free will.
come.
Wow.
Come.
Can you make a choice unconscious? I'll put it a different way. There's
That's a good question because of the subconscious.
you're unconscious. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when a woman gets raped, right? But she's raped when she's unconscious. Or without her consent. You know what I'm saying? So when she's raped without her consent, or when she's unconscious, the law there thing that they in Texas where she can abort the baby. Right? They're fighting against that and said, no, you cannot do that. And she's like, well, I didn't consent to this. He violated me, and I'm not gonna have his child. You know what I'm saying? So they're giving her the right to abort the baby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Which that would make sense.
Yeah. But they say, well, it's a life. Well, she's saying, well, it's a life conceived just on one side. I didn't want to have no baby. You know what I'm saying? They say, well, you're faulting the baby. You're faulting the baby for a choice that another person made. You know, you see how the dynamic can switch up and change, and how you look at it from all different angles. You can look at it from her angle,
Right.
the baby angle,
Right.
the life angle, right?
Right. Wow.
See, all those things goes off into making the choice, making a choice, right? Or trying to get to the right choice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can make a choice, but this is the right choice.
Right.
And I never thought about it from the baby's point of view. Until you just said that. That makes a world
You know
of
what I'm
difference.
saying?
Wow.
Yes.
Mm.
The pro-lifers, which that's what pro-lifers go at. They say, well, once it's a fetus, then it's a life.
Okay.
We can no longer abort.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or you committing murder, they call it murder.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Women say it's my body, my choice, and so on and so forth. So again, the dynamic.
That's
What I'm saying, all of that goes back into choice, right? But are you making the right choice?
Hmm.
You can't even get the choice unless you have free will. Right?
Mm.
And with free will, that's where it comes in, where you can gather information.
Mm.
Right? With the free will, I can gather information
Right.
so I can make the right choice.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Or the right choice based on what I gathered.
Right. The information
I have.
Mm.
Right? But sometimes you can make a choice, you can say, listen, I didn't know that.
Right.
That's why I made that choice. If I knew that, I made a different choice.
Better choice.
I made a better choice,
Yeah.
right? The saying is, if you know better, you do better,
That's right.
right?
That's right.
But how you gonna know anything if you don't have free will? Be able to gather the information
Right.
to make the choice.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If we go all the way back, let's go all the way back to the Most High. Does the Most High have free will?
Come.
Of course, he got free will.
Come.
He made a choice,
Come.
right?
Come.
But he made a choice based on what? Made a choice based on what? See what I'm saying?
Come.
He made a choice based on love,
Love.
right?
Come.
So the most I had to go in and gather all the information on love.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Did he not?
Come.
Otherwise, he's making otherwise he made a choice without any kind of information whatsoever, which doesn't make no sense. No one does that. You all make a choice based on something, right or wrong.
Come.
Either it's an addiction, something you want, something you need,
Right.
right?
Right.
There is some factors before you make the choice.
Right.
You just don't make a choice out of thin air with nothing behind it, right? So the thing behind the choice has to start with free will. And they're teaching you don't have free will. So
you never really,
So,
really even had a
right,
chance to
you're
make
not really
the
right.
correct choice.
In other words, you basically just like a robot, and you're given yeah, choose this.
Right.
But how would you know what to choose?
Right. Right. Because I wasn't there. You're telling me those things are wrong. I don't know if they
Yeah, how would you know what to choose?
Come on.
You're telling me choose this or choose that.
Right.
Well, I need to know what those things are.
Mm.
Right or wrong.
Right. Right. That sounds like a choice in the garden.
Yeah, if I don't know, that's why God gave, that's why God, when he made them with all the, remember, first of all, they wasn't babies, they were grown
Right.
men and women,
Right. Intelligent.
right? So he made them with language built in already,
Right.
with definition of words built in already.
Right.
All the things are built in already, right?
Right.
That's why he said after the point, he said, now you have to teach your children, because they don't know these things. You was made with it already.
Right.
I made you with the information.
Wow.
Right? So you have to know, teach can enable these concepts, these things.
Okay.
And they were taught these things.
And that's what makes them the priest now. That's what starts the priest.
That's what starts the process.
Right. Wow.
If you ask the question, what came first? The chicken or the egg?
You have to have
They have to have a chicken.
it.
The chicken has everything built in it.
Right.
You have the egg in there.
Right.
You have to know how to hatch the egg.
Right.
All of that is there.
Right. Right.
If that ain't there,
the egg,
there's no egg.
when it hatches down, it don't know nothing. It has to be taught.
Right.
Be taught. It's not with the egg built in.
So everything has to be there first.
Mhm.
But there's certain things have to be in place,
Mhm.
right? Even with animals, there's certain things have to be in place with the animal. With the giraffe, certain things have to be in place already.
Mm.
That stuff can't develop over time.
Mm.
So free will is one of those things. Free will have to be already present
Mm.
for you to be able to make a choice,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, doesn't make any sense. I'm showing you what these brothers here. And again, this brother Daniela, he been in like 30 years plus. He's teaching the old One West foolishness. That's why I left the question. We're gonna go. Let's go read through the question that I pulled so everybody else can see in this class. You know.
It seems like, to me, they seem like they got it all. They think they got it all. What they teach you. That stuff is old. All that stuff is from the 90s. And they out there teaching to these young dudes that don't know better. These new people that are coming in that don't know better.
Oh, 713 is what I'm. Yeah, so they blow this up right quick. They're teaching something that they fully don't understand and they think they understand, or they read a certain scripture over here and they get a certain impression from it, and they think that it's general over the entire book, over the entire creation, what they think it is, and I think they're saying something, when they're saying something that don't make no sense whatsoever. Can we get this in Ezra chapter 7, verse 13? Ezra chapter 7, verse 13, right? I thought this was something that was nothing. Like it was past this already, you know, but they still teaching this nonsense. You ain't got a free will after all. How does that make any sense, man?
Ezra chapter 9, is it?
Ezra in the Bible, chapter 7, verse 13.
7 verse, I got that. Ezra chapter 7, verse 13, and it reads, I make a decree that all they of the people of Israel and all of his
And
of his priests and Levites in my realm, which are minded of their own free will to go up to Jerusalem, go with thee.
right. So the king right he's saying. So Cyrus is clearly saying here, which are minded of your own free will. Even Cyrus knows that you have free will. Right? Where does God say you don't have free will? I need a verse that God says you don't have free will. So they're making the case you don't have free will. What verse says you don't have free will? If you have choice, again, you have to have free will. None of this stuff makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? You get another one.
Like you possessed or something.
Like you possess, yeah. Like you possessing something. You know what I'm saying? They read the scripture in the Bible about the free will offering. There's a free will offering. They said that isn't a free will offering. That's a choice. It says free will offering. That means you offer your free will, your own free will. You offer it. This is not mandatory,
Right.
but you have to do it.
Right.
You offering it. That's why it's called a free.
Right.
Why is it called a free will offering? You saying it's a choice offering? You know, say a choice offering.
Right.
It says a free will offering
If you do it,
of your own free will. You don't. Listen to these dudes, bro. Ezra chapter 3, verse 5. What's good? Same book. Chapter 3. You guys saw I left them the comment and they have not responded yet. It don't take 4 hours to get a response, does it?
No.
Well, they're not going to respond.
Yeah, you're fine, right? They ain't responding.
No one does.
All right, who got that?
Take it.
Go ahead.
Ezra chapter 3, read that verse 5. And afterward, offered the continual burnt offering, both of the new moons and of all the set feasts of the Lord that were consecrated, and of everyone that willingly offered a free will offering unto the Lord.
Right. And everyone that willingly offered a what? Free will offering unto the Lord.
So the word will has willingly already included inside of it. That was a good scripture on that.
Yeah.
That's some detail.
Willingly. I don't know what they're talking about. That's free will.
Right.
Willingly means it's free.
And then offered.
Then they said you offered a free will offering, make it worse. Double down on it.
You can't explain it no better than that.
I don't know what these guys. You imagine that they have their congregation in this ridiculous mindset that they don't have free will. These people are running around here trapped in a box in their head. Walking around, I don't have, you don't have free will, brother, you don't have choice.
No.
Crazy, crazy, man. Let's get Luke chapter 22, verse 22.
You already got free will. How do you choose? And it's telling you to choose life. Often. And you go often. Free will often.
Free will offer, they gonna explain that away. That doesn't mean, that means choice, doesn't it? Yeah, instead of playing so intelligent, like you dumb. Luke chapter 22, verse 42.
Luke chapter 22, starting at verse 42. Saying, Father, if thou be willing,
Most High, if you be willing, go ahead.
remove this cup from me.
Uh-huh.
Nevertheless, not my will,
Not who?
not my will,
Not my will, go ahead.
but thine be done.
Yes. See? Christ saying, not my will. So Christ has his own will, right? His own free will, right? Remember, he says, I freely lay down my life. I chose it. I freely make this choice to do it because I have free will. Right here, he said, not my will,
But thy will.
but thy will. They say you don't have free will. So what will here of the Messiah have? When he says, not my will, what will is that he had? Because clearly his will right here isn't the Father's will. His will is not going across. Right here, right? God wills him to go on the cross. It's two different wills right there. And this is the verse I pull on Trinitarians too. Because they're claiming that they're co-equal in the same mind. I said, well, explain this verse right here when Christ said, not my will, but thine own. Right? They only retort to this nonsense and say, well, this is when he's in the flesh. So when he's in the spirit, it's something different, huh?
Yeah, him and the Father is one.
This is how dumb this is because listen.
This is crazy.
They trying to say that his will here has to be his will, is his flesh. And it's not him.
No. It's a different will,
Nothing is said about the will of the flesh
Right,
or none of that.
right.
Right. This is the foolishness that we have to contend with these people, man. You don't have free will. Crazy.
Stop for clearing that up, that was wow.
We need to get one more in the Apocrypha.
Come
Baruch chapter 4. Tom Brady. The verse here is in Baruch chapter 4. Verse 28. In Luke chapter 4, and verse 28. Go ahead.
For as it was your mind to go astray from God, so being returned, seek him 10 times more.
Yeah. It was your mind to go astray from God. Right? Your mind. So if you don't have free will, how are you able to do this? It's your mind to go astray from God. So being returned unto him, you got to seek him. So that show you, once you go astray, how much harder you got to come back.
Huh,
You got to go 10 times harder than you did before.
huh. You were swimming with the stream and now you gotta go against the stream. Wow.
But all that going away from God, that was your mind,
Come.
right?
Wow.
Again, they're claiming how God is the one that sees your instruction with this foolishness
The
here.
dream, with the dream.
Yeah. They read it in Job and don't understand what Job is even saying, right?
Come.
So we got scripture in the book of we gotta find the scripture they're talking about in Job. Job 33. Let's get Job 33. Verse 14 and 15, I think it is. Yeah, it's not at verse 14.
No, what chapter?
Job chapter 33.
Job chapter 33, reading that verse
14.
14. Job chapter 33, reading that verse 14. For God speaketh once, he twice, yet man perceiveth it not.
Yeah, so God say things once. That's why I've read multiple scriptures so you can understand, right? They're not perceiving, they're not catching it, right? Go ahead.
Verse 15. In a dream,
In a dream, go ahead.
in a vision of a night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumbering upon the bed.
Right. So this is when you dream it, right? Having visions, night vision. This is when you're in deep sleep, not regular sleep, deep sleep. Slumberings upon the bed. Go ahead.
verse 16, then he openeth the ear of men.
Then he opened up the ear of men, right? Go ahead.
Then sealeth their instructions.
And sealed their instruction, right? So this is what they're saying, that God, what you gonna do today when you get up? All that's been already sealed in your hand for you to do it already. Whatever you do in that day, according to them, it's already been programmed into your head already for you to do it. The problem that they're gonna have, and they're always gonna run into, right, is that there are people who didn't go to sleep that night. What did they do that morning? How will they seal that they was up all night? Am I right or wrong? People that be up all night,
Wow.
they ain't never slept.
Wow.
But then that next day, what are they doing?
Sleeping all day.
This says nothing here about God making you do something. We're gonna continue to read. Then he said, then he opened up the ears of men, right? And seal up their instruction, right? Go ahead.
That he may withdraw men from his purpose.
That he may withdraw men from his purpose, right? That's got to be from man's own purpose. He's withdrawing men from man's own purpose, right? Go ahead.
And hide pride from men.
And he's trying to do what?
Hide pride from men.
So this whole sealing is about hiding pride from men. That means you were trying to do something prideful. So he stepped in and he's removing that from you. That's what he's doing. He's trying to move away pride from you, not trying to make you do something that day. He's trying to remove the pride from you. That's what he's doing in this verse. That he may hide pride from men. Go ahead.
Hide pride from men. That, verse 17, that he may withdraw men from his purpose and hide the pride from men. He keepeth back his soul from the pit.
From the pit is the grave. Go ahead.
And his life from perishing by the sword.
See that? This whole process here is to try to save your life. This isn't about trying to make you instruct you, you'll do the next day.
Right.
Everything you say you'll do. This is about trying to save your life.
Right.
And he's selecting when he does this. He doesn't do this to everybody. This doesn't say he do this to everybody.
Right. Wow.
Because people get up the next day and go do something and end up dead, right or wrong.
Yeah.
Got pride for go do something and end up dead.
Wow.
With certain people, he said, no, I'm gonna go ahead and seal you up and say, no, you ain't gonna do that.
Right.
Because I'm trying to prevent you from going to the pit. I'm trying to save your life. This is what this all is for. They miss all of this.
Wow. Wow. They teaching an abstract lesson or something. Like
They turning this into something where God makes you do everything and you don't have choice. When it's turning telling you about hiding pride from man.
Wow. And that's what Satan is found inside of him.
God. Iniquity is found inside of him. This is the verse that go through and run through. And I go back and I read, I'm like, what you guys talking about? It's about trying to save somebody's life. What is this about?
So that could mean that God tried to show it to Lucifer too in a dream. Like I tried to show him.
Well, no, he knows already.
But
He built in with this stuff.
Okay.
He built in with this stuff.
Oh, wow.
Right? You don't go through the infant days and the learning curve where you make mistakes and learn from your mistake.
Right.
That's built in.
Okay. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I notice when he talk to the Most High, he know what to say and what not to say.
Right. Right. Because it's already built in.
You know, listen, he can cross the line,
But he knows that.
but he know he ain't that dumb. You know what I'm saying? He crossed the line, what's gonna happen to him?
Yeah.
Right?
That word intellectual. He's yeah. Yeah.
He said that the demons, the demons believe and tremble, right? So they know a line they can cross.
Right,
Not that they can't cross it,
right.
they're afraid to cross it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know that.
They know better. They have a free will to cross it, but they're like, nah. Consequences and repercussions. You know what I'm
We
saying?
gonna go with that set time.
We ain't messing with that. I don't know how these brothers don't get that. So again, we can get another one here in the book of Jeremiah. It's chapter 5, verse 15. I think it's 5:15, and we make sure that that's what it is. If not, I don't think that's it. Jeremiah 19:5. That's what I'm.
Jeremiah chapter 19 and verse 5. And it reads, they have built also the high palace of Baal. Places of, is that Baal?
Yeah.
Baal?
Baal.
Of Baal. To burn their sons with fire for burnt offerings unto Baal, which I command not, nor spake it, neither came it into my mind.
Right? So this didn't come into his mind. That didn't even enter God's mind for you to do that with your children. You know what I'm saying? So if the question again, how did it get into the Israelites' mind to do it? If it didn't come into God's mind, I mean, God never did anything to put it into your mind because it didn't came into his mind. Like you can't say that he did it because it never came into his mind for it even to be done. Right? So how did it get to the Israelites' mind to do something like that if they don't have free will? Yes, sir.
Would they say Satan right there? Satan tempted them to do it?
They can say that, but they don't need proof. Right? We here to prove all things. We're not right, we're not doing conjecture. Yes, sir.
They got it from the other nations, right? Like the heathen. They picked it up from.
They got right,
maybe
but
Moabites.
so they learn this behavior from the other nations, right? But for them to do it, they have to have a free will. Right or wrong?
Yeah.
Because if not, now you're saying then that it's the nation that's controlling them.
Right.
The nation made them do it then.
Yes, they are.
They don't have free will. So if they're doing something that they got from the nation, then it's the nation that's controlling them to do it.
Right.
Right. Okay. You got more control over Israel. That's all.
Wouldn't that make them sheep?
Who's she?
Nah.
Israel.
They are sheep.
Hebrew, so.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Wouldn't that make them sheep too? Because they don't have, I mean, they're controlled by the other nations. They going off. I don't even know. I asked that one. Wait a
When
minute.
they learn better and know. Wow. But he would be thinking like just being scattered in that nation, they'll pick up the ways, they probably will, but when we realize we Israel, we gotta follow the most high laws, that's what make them different. That's why I like to follow the ways of the heathen.
Yeah, but they know that's wrong. It's like they don't know that's wrong. They know that's wrong, right? See, if they're doing it, then they're willingly going against it. Right or
They
wrong?
making a conscious decision.
Yeah, it's a conscious decision, which says free will.
Come on.
A conscious decision means free will. But it ain't just choice, right? This. Let's get another one here in the book of Hebrews. Oh. Hebrews chapter. Let me get the verse. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 26. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 26.
Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 26.
Let me pull it up here. All right, go ahead.
Hebrews chapter 10, starting at verse 26. For if we sin willfully,
If you sin what?
willfully,
If you sin willfully, I mean you have a free will, sin willfully, go ahead.
after that, we have received the knowledge of the truth.
After you got the knowledge of the truth, if you sin willfully, go ahead.
There remaineth no more sacrifice for sins.
They don't make no sacrifice for sin. Because it's willful. There it is right there. Not choiceful,
Willful. Wow.
willful. That's free will. You willingly doing this. This isn't just choosing. Willfully isn't just choosing. Willfully is deliberate. Is it not? That's deliberate. That goes beyond just choosing.
Right. Right. You did it of your own. It's all you. Basically, is what free
Yeah.
will means. It's all you. It's no
all.
other influence involved.
None.
Wow.
It's after you receive the knowledge of the truth. Then that means you're deliberately, purposefully. It ain't just choice. You're deliberately doing something and go against something. It means I'm just making a choice. I'm just making a choice. No, I'm making a choice just to willfully go against that. That's why it says there remains no sacrifice for your sin. Because if you may make a choice and make a mistake, right, based on ignorance, there is sacrifice for that.
Right. And that's not willfully.
Not willful. This again shows that you have a free will. I don't know how these ones don't understand this. All these verses here, I don't get it. This is very easy to understand. All right, with that, is there any questions on that? Yes, Tony?
Oh, no.
Okay, so yeah, okay. All right, so no questions or anything?
Sure. Yes.
All right. Let's stay in the same book, let's get Hebrews chapter 7. Verse 4 and 5. This goes back to the question that Brother Izar asked me. We're gonna dive into it a little bit here. All right, who got that?
I got it.
Go ahead.
Hebrews chapter 7, starting at verse 4.
Yes.
Now consider how great this man was,
This man meaning Melchizedek. Go ahead.
unto whom even the patriarch Abraham gave the tenth of the spoils.
All right, so Abraham gave him a tenth of the spoil that he got when he went to go fight the army and got Lot back. Right? So he got some spoils, all right, so out of it. He gave 10% of it to Melchizedek. So just consider just how great this man was. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 5. And verily, they that are of the sons of Levi, who receive the office of the priesthood, have a commandment to take tithes of the people according to the law. That is, of their brethren, through though they come out of the loins of Abraham.
Right? So they say, though they come out of the loins of Abraham, Levi come out of the loins of Abraham. Do they? We gonna find out. We gonna find out. They come out of the loins of Abraham. Right? How this word being used. Because we were last people know we said that how Isaac came to a virgin birth. So how can Levi come out of the loins of Abraham? Can't come out of the loins of Abraham. If there's a virgin birth for Isaac, you know what?
No.
No. Go ahead.
Verse 6. But he whose descent is not counted from them received tithes of Abraham and blessed him that had the promise.
Right? So Melchizedek descent, he has descent right here, but he doesn't come from Levi. Right? But yet he received tithes of Abraham. And he blessed him, Abraham, who had the promises. Right? That's who had the promises. Abraham was blessed by Melchizedek. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And without all contradictions, the less is blessed of the better.
Right? So there's no contradiction here. Without all contradiction, the less, which will be Abram, is blessed of the better, which is Melchizedek. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 8. And here men that died receive tithes.
Right or wrong. And here men that die receive tithes. So Melchizedek received tithes. He's a man. I mean, at some point he died. Right or wrong.
That's right.
It says, and here, where is here? Here is on the earth, on the ground. Right? We talking about space? We talking about here on the earth somewhere. Because here on earth, men do receive tithes. But he says men that die receive tithes. Go ahead.
But there he received them, of whom it is witness that he liveth.
But there, like on another place, he receiveth them, of whom it is witness that he liveth. Who liveth? The Most High. He liveth. He's real. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 9. And as I may so say,
As I may so say. As I may so say. Right? As I may so say. What is he saying as I may so say? He's saying, so to speak. That's what he's saying, right? It's something like this. Oh, listen, I can kind of throw this in there, but it's not really in there, but I'm gonna throw this in there.
Okay.
Right?
Advice.
I may so say, that's what he's saying.
Okay.
In other words, someone can say to you, man, you could also say this too.
Okay.
Even though you're like, well, I don't know if you can actually say that,
Right.
but you kind of, because, well, not really, not literally. You can kind of say this though too, brother. You know what I'm saying? This is what he's saying here when it says, as I may so say. Right? Go ahead.
Levi also, who received tithes, paid tithes in Abraham.
Now, how did Levites pay tithes in Abraham?
Oh, wow.
He's not even alive. We just read earlier where you read it says, he was still in the loins of Abraham when Abraham met Melchizedek. So, wait. How did, that's why he starts off by saying, as I may so say.
Okay,
He's speculating.
okay,
He's speculating something that's not literal.
Okay.
Right?
okay.
And that's not literal because Levi isn't alive. He didn't literally pay tithes, but he's saying, listen, if he's in the loins of Abraham, he kind of technically pays tithes, right?
Wow.
Which I think is a stretch. Right? Again, he's not saying this is literal. As always, but why is he saying it like that? He's saying that what he's trying to set a precedent that the Melchizedek priesthood is greater than the Levitical priesthood. So he's saying, listen, Levi paid tithes to Melchizedek,
Right.
but to Abraham. So that shows you that the Melchizedek priesthood is greater.
It's high.
It's higher, right? But it's a hypothetical. He's saying it's not literal.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Because Levi is not alive,
Come.
right? So he's saying, listen, if Levi was alive,
Right.
then he would pay tithes to Melchizedek.
Okay, all right, okay,
Right.
okay.
So he kind of technically, being in the loins of Abraham,
did
he paid tithes that way.
come.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's a hypothetical thing just to try to make a point that the Melchizedek priesthood is greater than the Levitical priesthood. This is not literal,
Okay,
right?
come.
Otherwise, if that's not what it is, please explain to me how did Levi pay tithes in Abraham? I don't know how he paid tithes in Abraham. Any of them. This can't be literal. This is a hypothetical based on Melchizedek order being superior.
Come.
You know what I'm saying?
Come.
Because he will still. So let's continue. Let's find out. Right? It had to be. It doesn't make any sense. So, as I may so say, is to say, so to speak, it could be said,
Come.
right? It could be said that Levi paid tithes in Abraham. It could be said, but we're not really going to say,
Come.
right?
Come.
That's why we do it. Go ahead.
Verse 10. For he was yet in the loins of his father when Melchizedek met him.
Right? For he was yet in the loins of his father when Melchizedek met him. See that?
Come.
So it's not possible that he could have paid tithes, because it says right here, but he was yet in the loins of his father. So that's either his father is Jacob, Levi's father was Jacob, right?
Yeah.
Or you're going to say that this is then his ancestor Abraham, right? His forefather. He was still in the loins of his forefather when Melchizedek met him. Because Melchizedek never met Jacob, but he did meet Abraham, right? So the father here would have to go back to Abraham, right? And that's who Melchizedek met. I wouldn't be saying that he met Jacob.
Right.
He didn't meet Jacob. At least we don't have evidence that he met Jacob. Right? So for you, get it. So now if we have the loin issue here, if he's actually really in the loins of Abraham, then you can't have a virgin birth with Isaac. Right or wrong?
Right.
You can't have a virgin birth with Isaac.
Right.
There's no way a virgin birth with
Because
Isaac.
he's in the loins.
Because he's in the loins. Because if there was, then that means his loins never got over to Isaac
Right.
to get to Jacob for him to be born.
Wow.
Because it never came out.
Right.
Right?
Right.
That it was a virgin birth.
Right.
But we read it was a virgin birth.
Right.
It says of this bowels, it said nothing
Bowels.
about his loins in Genesis.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But there are other places that says he begot Isaac. So we have an issue. Did he beget him or did he come to, which one is it? Right? Which one is it? Can we get Genesis 25:19? Right, you know what, let me stay here, we have something. We have to come in. Who got that?
I'll tell you.
Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 25, reading at verse 19.
Yeah,
And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begot Isaac.
see? This verse of the Abraham begot Isaac. But we read earlier that God said, from your bowels, I will raise one up from your son. So did God raise up one from his bowels, or did he actually have sex with Sarah and had Abraham? Which one is it? We're getting two different things here from the text. Are we not?
So we got bowels and loins.
And we got bowels and begot,
And we got come,
right?
come.
So it's either begot don't always mean begot, or it wasn't a virgin birth. Right? So we do have versions where it says begot and it's not actually begot. It's not actually begot. Right? So you gotta take it with a grain of salt to see, well, is it begot or is it not begot? God said from the bowel, this verse, you're not quite sure who's saying this. Was it God saying this? Abraham begot Isaac. You got Matthew chapter 1, verse 2. Let's get that.
Matthew chapter 1, verse 2. Abraham begot Isaac,
Then we have it again. Abraham begot Isaac. Go ahead.
and Isaac begot Jacob, and Jacob begot Judah and his brother.
There is another verse that says that. Will we read verse 1?
Verse 1. The book of the generation of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham.
Right. So the son of Abraham is Isaac. This verse 2 says that Abraham begot Isaac. But did he? When we go read something different when God tells him he gonna do it. Right? Reads a little bit tiny bit different. You put more on there. Jump down to Matthew. Chapter 1. Backwards. get verse 12?
Matthew chapter 1, reading at verse 12.
Yeah.
Matthew chapter 1, reading at verse 12. And after they were brought to Babylon, Jeconiah begot Salathiel, and Salathiel begot Zerubbabel.
Zerubbabel, all right, you're gonna stop right there. Right, the Salathiel begot Zerubbabel, all right? Can we get First Chronicles chapter 3, verse 17 through 19? First Chronicles chapter 3. So we said Salathiel begot Zerubbabel. First Chronicles chapter 3, verse 17 to 19. Go ahead.
First Chronicles chapter 3, starting at verse 17.
Yeah,
And the son of Jeconiah, Ashar,
wait a minute, but what we just read, we read that Jeconiah begot Salathiel, do we not?
come,
But in Chronicle, there's a man in between.
come,
See, Jeconiah begot Ashir.
come.
Go ahead.
Salathiel, his son,
And Salathiel, his son. So Jeconiah begot Sair and Salathiel, his son. Right?
come.
Go ahead.
Verse 18. Malchuram also, and Pedadiah,
Yep.
and says Sinazar, Jachamiah, Hosha, and Nedabiah,
Medabiah. Right? Go ahead.
verse 19. And the son of Pedaiah are Zerubbabel,
Stop right there.
come,
We see that Zerubbabel's father is
come,
Pedadiah.
come,
It's not Salathiel.
come,
But in Matthew, we see that it said that Salathiel begot Zerubbabel.
come.
But in the Chronicles, he obviously had adopted Zerubbabel. Because it seemed that then his father had died at some point, and he adopted him. But it's used there as begot, but he didn't necessarily begot him.
Wow. And the Zerubbabel, in the other verse, is still with a O. It's Zerubbabel.
Huh?
It's Zerubbabel.
That's Greek, that's why.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
this is Hebrew?
This is Hebrew.
Okay.
A new Chronicles,
Okay.
right? But it's the same person because we had Salathiel, we see Salathiel here
It's the grand
in verse 17.
con.
But we see that who the father of Zerubbabel is Hebediah.
Con.
That's who it is. So begot doesn't always mean begot. Even though it might say begot. It doesn't always mean begot. Could be a context behind it. Right? So going back, let's go back to Hebrews chapters 7 where we were. Let's get verse 10 again.
Hebrews chapter 7, reading at verse 10.
Yeah.
For he was yet in the loins of his father when Melchizedek met him.
Right. You're telling the loins of his father when Melchizedek met him. So, well, how was this word loins? This word loins, right? Let me put it up here so we can see it. We need to see it. Yeah, Hebrews chapter 7. Verse 10. And the word loins. You can see, can we pull it up here, everybody to see it? Doing all this at the same time. Like it doesn't want to work. So I have to go back. And clear it up. Right? Because I have the word here. I'm gonna punch it in so we can get it. Right? The Greek word here is asphus, could be loin, waist, or hip. Right? When you go into the Bible Hub. We'll get down to it. So King James have loins, and this B has loins or waist. But the word origin, it says of uncertain affinity. They're not quite sure how to really use this word, right? It says the loin, external, i.e., the hip. So was Levi in the hip of Abraham? He said, nah, the hip. Internally, by extension, procreative power.
That sounds.
Sound a little closer.
Yeah, that sounds a little closer.
Again, of uncertain infinity, we got the same thing here twice. Right? So the health study, let's see what we got with health study. Right? Properly, it says properly the hip. Reproductive area. So somewhere around the reproductive area. Used figuratively in 1 Peter 1:13 of the reproductive, creative capacity of the renewed mind. Hold up.
Oh, that's it right there.
Can we get the 1 Peter 1:13?
And you know what? The wind just blew my Bible right over to Peter's.
You go to 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 13, right? That's what he said. Who got that?
I got it.
Go ahead.
1 Peter chapter 1, verse 13. Wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind.
Gird up the loins of your mind. So when it says that Levi was in the loins of Abraham, could it be talking about he was in the mind of Abraham when he met Melchizedek? And not of his private part, not of his sack, but could be in his mind. Go ahead.
Because we say that as a people, we wasn't even thought of when we.
We didn't even thought.
Wow. And that will put you in the mind. Wow.
Go ahead.
In the loins of your mind, be sober and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Jesus Christ.
Right. So gird up the loins of your mind. You got to be sober. Right? That means all that excess drinking. And you got to hope, it says, to the end for the grace, which is the favor that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Jesus Christ.
Mm,
So that's what we're waiting on.
mm,
We're waiting on that reward to be given to us if we endure to the end, keep our faith, of course, when Christ is come, when he reveals from out the sky. But here, loins is used as the loins of your mind.
come.
That's why it says it's uncertain affinity, other things being used.
So it said properly hips.
Hip, yeah,
Okay.
properly the hip area.
Because that's what they say, Elvis gyrating his hips. So,
But that's still going off into the reproductive area.
Come,
We ain't
come.
gonna say that Levi was in the hip of Abraham. No,
Right.
like,
Right,
we can't be saying that.
right, but I was reading in that movie Forrest Gump, when they were talking about Elvis gyrating his hips, and I'm like, okay, that's what they're talking about. It makes perfect sense, yeah.
You know what they talking about? The hip, hop, you know, stop, man, look at it up, down, look at it, yeah.
Gone.
Ephesians chapter 6, verse 14. So it could be again here the loins of your mind and it's speaking of in Hebrew. Again, I'm just putting it out there. Right? Ephesians chapter 6, verse 14.
Mm.
Who got that?
I'll take it.
Go ahead.
Ephesians chapter 6, verse 14.
Oh.
Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness.
Right? So having your loins girded about with truth. What we talking about? So when we talk about Levi was in the loins of Abraham, was he in the mind of the truth that Abraham knew already? This can lead to Abraham knew a lot of stuff ahead of time, what was going to happen. Just like he showed Moses a lot of stuff, but it showed Abraham and Isaac a lot of stuff, right? Because we know he showed them things because the Bible said that these men are prophets.
Right.
Abraham is a prophet.
Right.
Isaac is a prophet. Jacob is a prophet. So he showed them things.
Right.
How much he showed them, we don't know.
Right.
But this is saying he showed them a lot of stuff, at least all the way down with Levi being priest. That's what it sounded like.
Man.
You think
It takes a long time to be able to read the Bible like
you know
this.
what I'm saying?
Man, I would never seen this, man. I don't know how long it would have took you to see this. Wow.
That's why you gotta keep reading.
Wow.
It's there. Having your loins girded about with truth
Huh.
and having on the breastplate of righteousness.
Huh.
Now, these things are not literal things.
Right. Right.
Righteousness is abstract.
Right. I was thinking abstract as you.
That's abstract. Right? You ain't putting on
No,
righteousness as
would come.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not physical,
Right.
right?
Right.
It's a mind state it's telling you to have.
Right.
Have this mind state.
Right.
You can defend yourself because as Paul said, this is a spiritual battle. Spiritual battle, right? So that means mentally, you put on the armor of God mentally.
Oh wow.
Not physically,
Huh.
mentally you put it on.
Huh. Huh.
So that's what he's referring to here. Gird of the loins, having your loins girded about with truth. We're not dealing with the fake stuff, right?
You always say we dealing with reality here.
We dealing with reality here. We're not dealing with fantasy. Psalms 51 and 6. Psalms chapter 51. We got Psalm 51 verse 6.
I got it. Psalms chapter 51, starting at verse 6. Behold, thou desirest truth in the inward parts.
He desired truth where?
In the inward parts.
In the inward part. There's only one place that can be, in your mind. That's why it said, girds up your loins. First we read, first Peter said, the loins of your mind. In Ephesians says, having your loins girded about with truth. Then David comes and he said, behold, he desireth truth, inward parts. When you hear it, right? Not fantasy. Remember, these brothers are talking about how you don't have free will, don't have no truth in the inward parts.
Right.
They have fantasy up there. They're still going to fantasy island with tattoo and Mr. Work and stuff. We're not dealing with truth. You gotta have truth on here, right? God desire truth in the inward parts. Go ahead.
And in the hidden parts, thou shalt make me to know wisdom.
See the hidden part, the part you don't see, right? You can't see someone's brain. It's hidden behind their skull, right? It's there God gonna make you know wisdom. Make you know understand there, that hidden part. That's the part you gotta gird up your loins and all that in the mental. Right? Today they would say, get your mind right.
That's right. That's right. Get your mind right.
Get your mind right, mommy, get your mind right. Job 36. Job 38. 36. Job chapter 38, verse 36. I don't got that.
I'll take it. Job chapter 38, reading at verse 36. Whom have put wisdom in the inward parts.
Who?
The Most High.
The Most High. The Most High. Right? That's what he did with Adam when he made it. He put wisdom in his inward part. So when God is telling him certain things, he know. You know Adam is smart. He named all the animals, right? You can't be dumb and don't have nothing. You have nothing in here. You can't do that. So who have put wisdom in the inward parts? Go ahead.
Or whom have given understanding to the earth, to the heart.
To the mind. To the mind.
So you mean to tell me that Adam fully understands what he's doing when he in the serpent comes to him.
Definitely. I know you heard the thing with the whole threesome thing. You heard that nonsense. Right?
They say Cain is not Adam.
Adam's son.
Wow.
And then there's another woman there. They brought another woman into the picture too as well. They're bringing
The Lilith.
Lilith woman and all that foolishness, all that dumb stuff.
We ain't going with that. That's the Gnostics.
If there's a threesome, that means Adam will do the threesome with the serpent.
Yeah, I'm saying.
But they say that the serpent is supposed to be Satan, right? RSUPK teaches a man.
Wow.
Then they teach that Adam and Eve had a parent, and we said, well, where the parents are? What their name? So it's ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Now, have you heard the other part? You ever heard the part where it says when Adam and Eve did what they did, it was a shame when they hit themselves? And and they covered themselves with fig leaves,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then when God came, it says God made skins for them, right?
Uh.
You know what they saying with the skins for them? They saying that God put this on them.
Oh,
They didn't have this.
covered up the light.
Yeah, they were spiritual beings. He put flesh upon them.
Oh, wow.
When he put skin in, when he said God made skins for them, he said God put flesh on them. Skin with flesh. So they were spiritual beings walking around.
Wasn't it like animal,
So the skins that they say that God made skins for them, they saying it's this flesh that God put skin over these spiritual beings. What they say he did.
no.
It doesn't make any sense because the scriptures say that God create man from the ground. When is that flesh?
We go back to the.
What spirit is made from the dust of the ground? No spirit is made from the dust of the ground. Book, chapter, verse. I didn't see it. I've not seen it. Maybe it's there. You know, I'm showing you the wildness that you can get from people, right? If you
Right.
don't study and read for yourself, they'll make you believe that that's actually happened. God actually put flesh upon them, and they was actually spiritual beings before.
Right.
And they had a threesome in there, and it was,
When they already had flesh, they just had a glow on top of it. And Adam is a reflection of the
when he
Most
made
High.
skins for them, we're talking about coats.
So he already had to have a look to him.
I don't know how he's a spiritual being if he's told to eat from these trees. One of these spiritual trees.
Angels eat manna.
You get these wild stories, man. You know what I'm saying? People like, wait, what? God put flesh on them. You sure? It gets. I was listening. I was like, wait a minute, man. These people
Coming up with all kinds of new stories.
what you guys getting this stuff for?
Other similar books.
All right, so let me punch it up here. So how and if not any of that, then how did Levi pay tithe? You okay with that? And Abraham. So that's really telling us, according to the New Testament, Hebrews 7:10, the picture of Abraham paid tithes to King Priestman says it, right? The text say Levi, who was yet unborn and still in the loins of his ancestor Abraham, paid tithes to him, illustrating the theological superiority of the Melchizedek priesthood over the later Levitical priesthood. This is what he said. I want to scroll down to the
So the Levitical priesthood is the priesthood for the Israelites, but the Melchizedek priesthood is the priest that the Most High sent to the world, right?
say it again.
The Levitical priesthood is the Israelites' priesthood. But the Melchizedek priesthood is the priesthood that the Most High sent to the world.
Oh,
So the lesser the lesser gave to the greater. So that would mean that
how did the lesson to not understand?
what that's
You mean Abraham done with the lesson?
yeah.
Okay. Thought you were saying something about the priesthood. You're not saying the priesthood, then are you?
No.
That's right. Yeah, we read that. We can read that. I'm trying to find the Cambridge Dictionary. Really? I have to come to it.
That's the most prestigious dictionary on earth. One of the most prestigious.
Gateway, Bible Hub. All right, come on, let's make play. That's in the beginning of Cambridge. What is it? Says what?
Pressed against my God.
Hot.
Probably. But if you pressing against my God, stretching it out.
Okay, we gotta find this thing here. Should have came right out. Punching in the Cambridge. Wasn't that the first one? The first one.
Go back there. The one that have the 7 with it.
Where?
Go down a little bit more. That one right there. Hebrews 7, English, Greek Testament commentary. But that's commentary. You want the definition.
It's gonna give us some commentary. We need to definitely. Definition.
That white sugar would be.
Get that who?
That white sugar. That's some sugar out of Egypt.
So. All right, so we're not gonna get the Cambridge. The verse by verse commentary on it. Okay, so the Cambridge Dictionary says Levi paid tithes to Abraham using the concept of seminal or ancestral representation. So someone that lived before you did something for you,
Like paved the way.
ancestral representation.
Okay, oh,
Someone in the past, right,
okay.
could have laid, he's laying down the groundwork
Okay.
of what is to kind of happen
Okay.
later on, so to speak.
Common. Okay,
Not exactly,
right.
but so to speak,
Cause,
right?
cause you gotta walk your own walk too.
Yeah. So if your ancestor did something, it's kind of like you to some degree would be subject to what he did.
Right. Right,
Right.
just keep it going.
Right. Depending on kind of what it is,
Come,
right?
come.
Seminal, it's containing important new ideas and having a great influence later, influence on later work, right?
Okay, oh, wow.
That's seminal. So what he did when he paid tithes to Melchizedek, influencing the later generation to kind of do the same thing,
Okay,
follow his footsteps, kind of what Abraham did. Right, we talked about it. Abraham got circumcised,
right,
he would get circumcised.
right, okay,
Right? That doesn't mean you don't get circumcised
right,
because he was righteous before he got circumcised.
Right.
You need to follow his footsteps,
right.
right?
Oh.
The last one here is
That was good.
That
was good, that was good.
God.
So who was circumcised before Abraham? For him to follow the flow, was it Melchizedek?
Who was circumcised before Abraham?
Uh,
Don't literally say someone was, but we will definitely assume Melchizedek was.
And maybe Terah was too, it's just that, maybe Terah had the circumcision.
I don't think yes.
You don't think so?
I ain't gonna never say never, but he's messing with idols, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So it says of a work, event, moment, or figure strongly influencing later development, right? Oxford language. So it's some kind of work, event, or figure. So that's basically how Levi paid tithes. Ancestral representation. Kind of something that, you know, we ourselves can learn from our ancestors, right? Our ancestors claim to be Israelites. So we naturally gonna be
Israelites.
claim to be Israelites, too,
They come, so to speak.
right?
Come.
Ancestral, if they're the representation of what it is, then that's what we also would be, right? Let's go back to Hebrews chapter 7 where we were. So that's how, I mean, if there's anything different, I don't know. I left off at verse 10, right? All right, go ahead.
Hebrews chapter 7, verse 10.
Yeah.
For he was yet in the loins of his father when Melchizedek met him.
So that's the context, felt like he was in Abraham's private, right? I just showed a possibility it could be something, could be Abraham's mind based on the verses that we read in Peter's, Ephesians. Psalms and Job. Right?
Hmm.
Go ahead.
Verse 11. If therefore perfection were by the Levitical priesthood, for under it the people received the law.
So under the Levitical priesthood, they got the law again. But Abraham had the law, right? And they got the law again. Under the Levitical priesthood. Which only came in, the Levitical priesthood only came into effect because Israel made a calf. And the Levites stood with the Most High.
Um, um,
You eliminate that, then you don't have a Levitical priesthood.
um,
Because remember, all the firstborns were priests.
priest,
It wasn't a complete tribe that was priests.
right,
It was the firstborn that was priests.
right.
So you would have a Levitical priesthood. The Levitical priesthood got to be temporary. That can't be permanent because it just came in. All right, go ahead.
What further need was there that another priest should rise after the order of Melchizedek and not be called after the order of Aaron?
Yeah, so what's the point of having someone to come after the order of Melchizedek and don't be called up to the order of Aaron? Order of Aaron, because he's over the Melchizedek and the Levitical priesthood. So this man that's coming, he's not coming under the order of Levi, under Aaron, he's coming under Melchizedek. The order of Melchizedek. Go ahead.
Verse 12. For the priesthood being changed,
The priesthood now being transferred. Change is transferred. Right? Christians think this really means change. This does not mean change. It means transferred. Go ahead.
there is made of necessity a change also of the law.
It made necessity also a transfer of the law. Right? The transfer is the high priest comes out of Levi. Does he not? If it's a transfer now, then the high priest gonna come out of where? He's gonna come out of the order of Melchizedek. Right? It's the transfer. So the high priesthood transfers from Levi to Melchizedek. Right? Levi are still priests,
Right,
but the high priest don't come out of Levi no more. It's
Right.
been transferred
back to the church.
to Melchizedek, right?
Hmm.
Because the man that Abraham met, he's a high priest.
Come,
He ain't just a regular priest.
come,
He's a high priest. Right or wrong?
come,
Who else would he be if he not a high priest? He has to be a high priest. Because Abraham gave him 10,
come.
right?
Hmm.
Go ahead.
Verse 13. For he of whom these things are spoken pertaineth to another tribe.
Now, for him or who he thinks he's talking about, he don't come out of Levi, come from another tribe. Go ahead.
Of which no man gave attendance at the altar.
No, listen, no man gave attendance to Judah at the altar. When you went to the altar, was you trying to find a Judite?
Nah,
You
no.
weren't trying to find a Judite at the altar. You trying to find a Levi. That's why he said, no man give attendance to that tribe there at all. At the altar, no.
Right,
Maybe somewhere else, but not at the altar.
right,
Right?
right, right. Not at the altar.
Not at the altar. no.
Serious
At the altar.
business here.
Serious business. Go ahead.
14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
Right? He was raised up out of Judah. Right? Sprang means to be raised up. The Greek word to raise up out of Judah. Go ahead.
Of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood.
Right? When it comes to priesthood, we ain't talking about no Judite. Moses didn't say anything about a priest coming out of Judah, none whatsoever. But he said, our Lord, he came out of Judah. He's in Judah. But Moses didn't speak nothing about priests that come out of no Judah whatsoever. So he's breaking it down, right? Go ahead.
Verse 15. And it is yet far more evident for that after this similitude of Melchizedek, there arises another priest.
Yeah, there's another priest that's coming after Melchizedek or having the similitude of Melchizedek, right? Go ahead.
Verse 16. Who is made not after the law of a carnal commandment, but after the power of an endless life.
So he's made a priest after the commandment of eternal life. So when he said you are a priest, he said you're a priest forever. The Levites were not saying that you're going to be priests forever.
Right. Wow.
This man is saying you are a priest forever. After the order of Melchizedek, right? After a power of an endless life. Because if you're a priest, you can't be a priest forever if you don't have eternal life. It won't make any sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this is how he's made a priest after the power of an endless life. He's a priest forever, right? And we know who this is. This is the Messiah, right? And that's why I asked again Trinitarians. When Jesus Christ is he a priest forever? They're going to say, yeah, he's a priest forever.
Yeah.
Does a priest serve a deity? They're going to say,
Yeah.
is the priest equal to the deity that he served?
That's where you have a big problem.
That's where the Trinity falls apart right there, flat on his face. It's done over. Remember, he's not a priest temporarily, he's a priest forever.
Forever.
So at present, the Messiah is a priest serving the Most High. Yes, sir.
I heard somebody say the Most High can do what he want to do. If he wants to be his own priest, he can be his own priest.
No, I can't do that.
Because the priest serves. See, I'm like, well, you don't understand
serve
what you're
it.
saying.
If that's the case, then why make a priest?
Come.
If I could be my own priest, then why make a priest? You know what I'm saying?
That would be iniquity with like pride or something found, or it would be like.
That's that nonsense that's in your head, right? But you said that God requires what? Truth in the inward part.
Come.
That's not truth in the inward part.
Come.
God can be his own priest. God can do what he wants. Right? God can do what he wants.
Right.
The question is why though? That's where they bump their heads at. Why though? Right? That's the first question. Why would he do that? Right? The first question. Second question is, did he do that? See, they're making a claim that he did that.
Right.
Did he do that?
Wow.
I can make a claim and say, hey, this is so and so, he did so and so. Now I have to prove that that's what God did. Can they prove God became his own priest?
Wow. He never said he did nothing like that.
You can't prove God became his own priest, never became his own priest. Why would I become my own priest? That's dumb.
Servant.
My own servant. That's dumb. Why would I do that?
When I can make other things for certain.
Right. Where's all these millions of that doesn't make no sense whatsoever. You're going to push a doctrine, that's what you're getting there now. You're talking to say a bunch of crazy stuff. All right, go ahead.
17. For he testifieth, thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek.
Right? So he is the Most High, right? That's the Most High that testified, but said that to him. back in Psalms 110, right? But you are a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek, right? That's the order, the testimony of the commandment of an endless life. Go ahead.
Verse 18. For there is verily a disannulling of the commandments going before for the weakness and unprofitableness thereof.
Right? So there is a disannulling. This disannulling of a commandment going before for the weakness and unprofitableness. The commandment was that Levi was to be the priest, right? That was weak and it was unprofitable, right? Because we ended up right back where we started from, do we not? We started back up at the calf. And he came right back around back where? At the calf again. Still worshiping idols. And we went right back there again. So he was weak and it was unprofitable. And you right back where you started.
You made a complete circuit.
Complete circuit. He went through all of that.
Backwards circle.
Yeah, and he did all of that. And if you don't come to Christ, then you go right back where you was before. You know, God never get rid of you because you definitely don't have somebody again. So you're going to be done. You finished. All right, go ahead.
19. For the law made nothing perfect.
The law didn't make anything perfect, right? Go ahead.
But the bringing in of a better hope did, by the which
But the bringing in of a better hope, which is Christ. Go ahead.
did, by the which we draw nigh unto God.
Right. So we draw nearer to God through the bringing in of Christ. Right? Did we draw nearer to God by bringing in the Levites? No. When you read the book of Judges, it's wild in there. You read about that little young Levi cat. What was he doing? Dealing with idols. Being a priest to a man and dealing with idols. And that didn't draw us nearer to God. That actually kind of sought to push us even further away. All right, go ahead.
Verse 20. And inasmuch as not without an oath, he was made priest.
So he was made a priest with an oath. Something sworn to him, got an oath. Right? The Levites don't have an oath. We have an oath. There's no oath for them. Go ahead.
Verse 21. For those priests were made with an oath, but this with an oath by him that said unto him, the Lord swear.
Read verse 21 again.
Verse 21. For those priests were made without an oath.
Without an oath. Right? You ready? With an oath, that was made without an oath. See what I'm saying? The Levitical priesthood that was made priest without an oath. Go ahead.
So Sadducees and Pharisees, that's
Without an oath. Right? Go ahead.
But this with an oath.
But this with an oath. Go ahead.
By him that said unto him,
What?
the Lord swear and will not
The
repent.
Lord swear will not go back, not change his mind. Go ahead.
Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek.
Right? That's the oath right there.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
That's the commandment of an everlasting priesthood.
Forever.
Forever. There's the oath. Levi don't have that. Where's the Levitical oath at? It was made priest.
Wow.
Not there.
Wow. So they are temporary priests.
They're temporary, without an oath, you're temporary priests. Right? You're temporary priests as far as the high priesthood. Temporary priest for the high priesthood, the order of Aaron, right? Go ahead.
Verse 22. By so much was Jesus made a surety of a better testament.
A better testament or a better covenant. That's Christ was made a surety of a better covenant. So the covenant was renewed but the covenant is better than it was before in the past.
Okay.
Right?
Hmm.
Go ahead.
Verse 23. And they truly were many priests because they were not suffered to continue. They were not suffered to continue
By reason of death.
uh,
Right? They want something to continue by reason of death. That's why there was many priests, many high priests, is what he's targeting. And they couldn't continue because they died. Right? Verse 24.
Verse 24. But this man,
But this man, go ahead,
because he continueth forever,
because he have eternal life. Go ahead.
hath an unchangeable priesthood.
He have an unchangeable priesthood. Does not change. It's fit in place. It's fixed in place. There's an unchangeable priesthood.
So he was made to receive this priesthood. Eventually, his eternal slot.
Eternal slot. He slotted in.
Wow.
Right? So if you slotting into something that's forever, then that's the permanent slot. Now we slotting you in there permanently to something. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 25. Wherefore he is able also to save them to the uttermost that come unto God by him, seeing he ever liveth to make incision for them. Intercession for them.
He's the one that's interceding on your behalf to God. He can save, wherefore he's able to save them to the uttermost that come unto God by him. You can try to come to God some other way, but it ain't gonna work.
That's exactly why. Don't do it.
Seeing he ever liveth to make intercession for them. So if he's making intercession to God, how is that a Trinity?
Wow. Wow, no co-equal.
No co-equal. He making intercession is you going up there. Is you going up there.
The knee muscle.
Knee hurts while standing up. Knee messed up while standing up.
Well,
So if he's making intercession for them, he have to go up there and make the argument for them. Right? Yeah, if he's co-equal with God, you shouldn't have to do that.
Come.
You gotta state this case here for them, before God, before the Most High, right? All right, go ahead.
Yeah, verse 20,
Verse 26.
verse 26. For as much and high priest became us,
See, and the high priest became who?
us.
He became human.
Come.
The high priest became human. Go ahead.
Who is holy?
He's holy, then he's set apart, right?
Come.
Separate. Go ahead.
Harmless?
He's what?
Harmless.
Wait a minute. Is he harmless? Is he harmless? Man, it's not gonna do you anything. Harmless. Really? If you're doing the right thing, he's harmless.
Come.
Doing the wrong thing. I feel sorry for you, Jack.
Come.
Go ahead.
Undefiled?
Undefiled. Go ahead.
Separate from sinners?
Separate from who?
Sinners.
Separate from sinners. Go ahead.
And made higher than the heavens.
And he's made higher than the heavens. Right? The first one is where the birds fly.
Come.
The second is the firmament.
Come.
And he's above it. He made it higher than that. He's up top there. He's made it higher than the heavens. Go ahead.
Verse 27. Who needed not daily.
And what?
Who needed not
He
daily.
don't need to eat every day. He don't need it. Who needeth not daily. Go ahead.
As those high priest,
As those who?
high priest,
See, this high priest don't need to eat every day. Them other priests though,
Fasting.
they was eating every day. Go ahead.
to offer up sacrifice
We didn't eat every day like them dudes needed to offer sacrifice up every single day. Go ahead.
first for his own sin,
First for what?
his own sin,
Wait a minute.
I know what you're saying now too. I know what she's getting back to. Yes, there come.
First for his own sin. As far as Hector had some sins in his past, for his own first for his own sin. So we getting a broader understanding here. They're thinking Jesus Christ can't, because this right here killed the virgin birth. It's done and void right here. If you can show Jesus Christ had sin in the past, that killed the virgin birth. I mean, that killed the whole Trinity, does it not?
come. Wow. Yes.
That killed the Trinity.
Yeah, because he's God. He can't sin.
He can be part of the Trinity having sin. Yeah.
Right. No. That's only it's separate from sin.
Read verse 27 again.
Come, who need not daily,
You don't need daily. Go ahead.
as those high priests,
Like those other high priests, earthly high priests, right? Go ahead.
to offer up sacrifice,
To offer up sacrifice. Go ahead.
first for his own sins,
First for his own sin. This is where our brother Service Smith bump his head and he can't get around this verse right here.
wow.
First for his own sin. Right?
Come,
Go ahead.
and then for the people.
He says, and then for the people. So he says, that's thinking about, that's those high priests, those earthly high priests. They had to first offer up for their own sin. Then they would offer them for the people, right? So that can be plausible, but the problem he's running into is verse 20, is the beginning of verse 27. It says, who needeth not daily? Who is that? That's much like the other side. So those other priests, they needed daily, they're not.
Come,
They need daily.
That they not eternal.
They're not eternal knowledge. Right? He says, as those high priests to offer up sacrifice first for his own sin and then for the people. Go ahead.
for this he did once
For this he did once. Go ahead.
when he offered himself up.
When he offered himself up. So he did this one time. When he offered himself up, he offered himself up not only for his own sin, but for the sins of the entire nation, right? He did this once, it said,
Once.
when he offered up himself. And he ain't gonna do it twice. Twice ain't gonna work. All right, go ahead.
Verse 28. For the law maketh men high priests.
So again, this is the verse that these men use to say they were high priests, right? We say chief high priest, Ariah, chief high priest, Kazak, chief high priest, Shaw, right? And these men, listen, these men are not claiming to be Levites, they claiming to be Judites.
Judah.
So he said, well, if you a Judite, how are you a priest? Because the priest come out of Levi.
Right,
So they'll come in verse right here.
right.
They'll say, this says right here, brother, it says the law make men high priests. I'm like, so the law made you a high priest?
Wow.
Huh?
Something.
But if we go to the law to make men high priests, the law says nothing about Judites being high priests. See, they read things and they don't get it, so that's where you keep reading, you're like, wait a minute, no, this is not saying that. The law made Levites high priests, not any man, not Judites. Yes, sir.
So Saul having a copy of this, if he would have had his copy and reading all of this stuff, do you think he would have understood what was going on? That him being a Benjamite have to give the kingship to David?
I'm talking about Saul the king,
Saul the king,
the Benjamite.
the Benjamin.
If he had the Torah,
Huh,
I'm saying I was reading it,
huh.
what he would have had, did what?
It would have made sense to him that when he seen David doing these things, he would have been like, okay, the kingship's supposed to go to David.
Oh.
And David knows too, because David is a prophet. He knows that Hamashiach Yahushua is coming too. How?
David did say that, part of the Lord.
Oh,
Wow. Certain stuff they know, not everything, there's a timeline too. Certain stuff they didn't understand. Because people together.
You looking puzzled, brother.
No. I just had to work it all the way out in my mind. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Abraham and Jesus.
Bro, 28 again.
Verse 28. For the law maketh men high priests.
Right, the law made Levites high priest, not just any man. Right? Go ahead.
Which have infirmity.
Which have what?
Infirmity.
Which have infirmity. Right? They have failings, shortcomings. Right? They get sick and stuff like that. Go ahead.
But the word of the oath.
But the word of the oath, though are a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek, that's the word of the oath. Go ahead.
Which was since the law.
Which was since the law, meaning came after the law. Go ahead.
Maketh the Son.
Maketh the Son. Go ahead.
Who is consecrated forevermore.
Makes the Son who is consecrated forevermore. This is what we have here. So this is a whole thing about,
Wow.
this is a whole thing about making the Melchizedek priesthood superior to the Levitical priesthood. And who is to sit on that, and who is going to take over that position? So he's making a case that is Hamashiach Yahushua. Because he names them in here. He names them in here. And he calls them the Son. The Son of the Most High God. Right? He's not done yet. Chapter 8, verse 1. He's not done. He's still building the case up.
Hebrews chapter 8 from the top. Now, of the things which we have spoken, this is the sum. We have such an high priest who is set on the right hand of the throne of the majesty in the heaven.
So he's summing it up. Now the things that we have spoken. So it ain't just him speaking. As Peter, John, and the rest of the apostles. Some of the things, right? We have such a high priest who is set on high, who is set on the right hand of the throne of majesty in the heaven. Right? So the right hand of the Most High is a position of honor and respect,
Come
not a position of being equal.
on.
Position of honor and respect. Go ahead.
Verse 2. A minister of the sanctuary and
A minister of the so he's priest, minister of the sanctuary. Go ahead.
of the true tabernacle which the Lord pitched and not man.
Right. And of the true tabernacle which the Most High pitched and not man. What's that true tabernacle that the Most High pitched
Instead
and not man?
statue laws with the name.
What you call, that's the tabernacle?
Oh, no, tabernacle.
We
Yeah.
talking about,
Says that the true tabernacle which the Lord pitched and not man.
Yeah, that's Mashiach Yahushua.
No, he's a minister of that. He says a minister of the sanctuary. Who's the minister of the sanctuary?
Levi, Melchizedek.
Right, Christ is the minister of the sanctuary.
Of the tabernacle.
Yeah. Can we read verse 1 again? Go ahead.
That's the Lord's.
Now of the things which we have spoken of, this is the sum.
The sum. What's the sum?
The sum is the bottom line.
The sum of the bottom line of the total.
So
This is the total of it. Right? Go ahead.
we have such an high priest who is set on the right hand of the throne of the majesty in the heavens.
So he's summing it up. Right? So, but he ain't done summing it up yet. This is just starting out. The first part of the sum is that we have a high priest that's at the right hand of the majesty in the heavens. Right? He's setting up the sum. This is what we have. We have boom. He's a high priest, and this is where he is, right? Go ahead.
Verse 2. A minister of the sanctuary.
The second thing he mentioned said that he's a minister of the sanctuary. This high priest that's on the right hand of majesty is a minister of the sanctuary, right? Who's the minister of the sanctuary right here?
Mashiach Yahushua.
Hamashiach Yahushua, right? Go ahead.
Which the Lord pitched and not man.
No, you see, and the true tabernacle.
And the true tabernacle which the Lord pitched and not man.
Right? So what's the true tabernacle that the Lord pitched and not man? What's the true tabernacle that the Lord pitched and not man?
Was it Moses?
Huh?
True tabernacle.
Moses is a man. Moses pitched the tabernacle. Okay. There's a tabernacle that you know when it's to pitch something? What does it mean to pitch something?
It's like your spiel, like you.
The pitch,
Yeah, like you explain.
you throwing like a ball, throwing. Pitch.
Like you pitch, like you selling something, like the sales pitch,
So it can't be, you know what?
like a
It
sales.
can't be the baseball thing because it's a tabernacle.
No,
You're not throwing a tabernacle on, you're not throwing it.
no,
So it ain't a fishing analogy,
right.
right? You said it's a what?
Um,
You said your pitch, you talking about your speech?
your speech, yeah, your spiel.
So you,
So for him would be ministry.
we dealing with a tabernacle. And if the true tabernacle, the Lord pitch. So
That should be,
you said the Lord gave his spill about the tabernacle? Is that
Right.
What you saying? What you saying, Tony?
that should be in heaven, on the third heaven,
What?
of the sanctuary.
Well, Jesus Christ is a minister of this. He says he's a minister of the sanctuary. He says, and of the true tabernacle, which the Lord pitched, and not man.
When you lose it, that's not why they believe it.
So there's a tabernacle that God made, right? The one that's in the wilderness, that was pitch means to set up,
Okay,
right?
okay.
Like,
Moses pitched the tabernacle in the wilderness, meaning he built it and set it up,
Okay, okay,
right?
come.
It's like when you pitch a tent, that means to what?
Build up a tent.
Built it up. set it up. Right? This tabernacle here, this tent was built up, it says, by God, not man. Right?
Right.
This tabernacle here is the one in heaven, right? Because verse 1 tells us that he's where? He's on the right hand side of majesty, right? There is, God sits in a tabernacle slash a throne room, right? Remember, the mercy seat is like a throne, right? So he sits on the throne in a tabernacle that God made and not man. Jesus Christ ministers in that tabernacle, right? He says, a minister of the sanctuary and of the true tabernacle, which the Lord pitched and not man. So God originally made this tabernacle where? In the third heaven. Jesus Christ becomes now a minister of it. He's not the only minister. He's one of the ministers. Right or wrong? He's one of the ministers. How do we know he's one of the ministers of this tabernacle? Now I'm gonna show you there's other ministers that works in this tabernacle. Because there is no tabernacle that only has one person working in here. Is that correct? Well, there is no tabernacle that one person working in.
It's too big.
Too big.
Too much to do.
Too much to do. You have multiple people that's sitting in the tabernacle, right? Revelation chapter 8, verse 4. Verse 3 and 4. We're at 3, 4, and 5. Who got that?
I got it.
Go ahead.
Revelations chapter 8, starting at verse 3. And other angels came and stood,
And another.
and another angel came and stood at the altar.
Stood where?
Stood at the altar.
Where is this altar at?
Heaven.
This is the tabernacle that this altar is in. Stood at the altar. Go ahead.
Having a gold censer, and there
Having a golden.
having a golden censer, and there was given unto him much incense.
Who you think gave him these incense? Another angel gave him. Another angel gave him much incense. Right? Go ahead.
That he should offer it with a prayer of all saints upon the golden altar which was before the throne.
See? The golden altar is before the throne in the tabernacle. This angel got to come offer it. So another angel gave him much incense. He's going to take it with the prayers of all the saints upon the golden altar before God. So this, you got to take your prayers. He brings it, right? Another angel give him another incense. He puts it with the prayers, and then he goes and he puts it up. He puts it up on the golden altar, which is before the throne. He puts it up there. So it's incense and prayers, and of course, the what? It comes up before the Most High God.
Hamashiach Yahushai takes it up.
Huh?
Hamashiach Yahushai takes it up.
No, this angel takes it
The
up.
angel takes it up. Okay.
Yeah. There's other people ministering in this tabernacle besides Jesus Christ. That's why it says a minister of the sanctuary and the true tabernacle. He's one of the ministers. There's many of them, right? Many ministers. He is the high priest down here in order of Melchizedek. We don't know if he's a high priest up there, but there's many ministers up there, right? He became a high priest after he died and resurrected. So who was the high priest before he died and resurrected?
Wow. Because they passed the office.
Moses.
The office has to be passed.
Well, these offices here in heaven is permanent.
Hmm.
These are permanent offices. These ain't got permanent offices. Unless they do something wrong where they gotta leave, come out of their office, but they have permanent positions,
Okay.
right?
Hmm.
Gabriel got a permanent position. Michael,
Hmm.
permanent position.
Hmm.
These are permanent positions that they have.
But for somebody else to step into it, they gotta step out of it too.
Yeah, or there's more than one of them.
Or, but it's permanent.
Yeah, or there's more than one of them.
Hmm.
Or if there's not more than one of them, then the one that's high priest up there
Hmm.
is still high priest.
Hmm. Hmm.
It doesn't say Christ is a high priest in heaven. It says he's a minister.
Right, okay.
He's a minister of the sanctuary, right? The minister of the tabernacle.
Okay.
It just calls him a minister of the tabernacle that's in heaven.
Yeah.
It doesn't call him a high priest in that tabernacle. He's a high priest down here in order what it says it.
Okay.
All right?
So it's like he's
They could be
promoted.
someone,
Okay, higher than him. Okay.
could be,
Um,
right? Could be.
um,
Because we don't see a scripture where he's named the high priest in heaven of that tabernacle.
um,
Every tabernacle has to have a high priest, right? So, and another angel came and he stood before the altar, having a golden censer, and there was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all saints upon the golden altar which is before the throne. All right, go ahead. Verse 4.
Okay, verse 4. And the smoke of the incense which came with the prayer of the saints ascended up before God out of the angel's hand.
Right? So the smoke of that's when we pray, you got the incense there we saw it before. So the smoke of the incense, which came what? With the prayers. So when we're setting up our prayers, we have incense going. When it come before the Most High, right? So the angel can come take what we saying with the incense up to the Most High. It says ascended up before God out of the angel's hands. You at least want your prayer to at least come before the Most High. How's it gonna get answered? It never come before the Most High. Ain't never gonna get answered, period.
That's how important it is to light that
That
incense
incense.
and myrrh up.
Right. And again, you lit this on the Sabbath. Did you not? Where Ariala said you can't light it, you can't light a fire or anything on the Sabbath. And how are we and how are we supposed to get the incense when we pray on the Shabbat there?
And get the prayers to the Most High.
Yeah, so we have to pray without the incense burning there. According to him. Something's wrong with it.
Or that
That's what happens when you got the mixture. You don't know what the hell you talking about. One side is bipolar, the other side.
I gotta find out. I want to see if he's really a manager.
I think he is. You can look at him and tell.
Yeah, he do look kind of funny.
He look weird, look like you do.
He give a manager vibe. Yeah.
Master.
He said you're supposed to keep the incense burning from the day before into Shabbat.
How you gonna do that?
He ain't no way to do that.
What's incense burn that long?
None. He said when it go out, it go out. He said you're supposed to light it right before you got time to see if it can go as long as it can into the
That's
Shabbat.
sad, bro.
That's a lot. I don't make no
It's sad.
sense. I don't make no sense.
None.
One incense all day?
Make no sense. None. And that's the reason why his prayers ain't going for the Most High. Ain't no incense.
Makes perfect sense.
Where is that reaching up there? All right, one more verse 5.
Verse 5. And the angel took the censer and filled it with fire of the altar.
He filled it with, this is what he filled it with. He filled it with fire from the altar. Go ahead
and cast it into the earth,
and cast it where?
into the earth.
Cast it down into the earth. Go ahead.
And there were voices and thunderings and lightning and an earthquake.
Yeah. And when he threw that fire down there on the earth, then you hear voices, thundering, lightning, and there was an earthquake. This could be where the Most High says, enough is enough. This would be where he says, how much you like to have son? Know that. Wow.
Stand up. Wow.
Go now. Shake things up. Let's go back to Hebrews chapter 8, verse 2. So the tabernacle, and we know that man didn't picture the one that's in the third heaven. Right? It's the house of the Most High. The one that Christ says, in my father's house are many mansions. Right? And I go to prepare a place for you. Right? So obviously in the beginning of the tabernacle, the Most High house, you would first go into the temple. Okay. Right? The temple is this. Right? Or the temple is in the center of the entire thing. That's where the tabernacle was with the Israelites. It was always in the center of the entire Israelite. There was always tribes around it. So in heaven, it's followed the same way. You have the Most High tabernacle in the center, and then everything else goes around it.
So you said the mansion is going to be inside of the sanctuary?
The mansion is out. No, the mansion is outside around it.
Okay.
Right? You said there are many mansions in my father's house. There are many mansions. Right? The tabernacle is probably in the center, and then you have other mansions, stuff around it. Right? Like it was in the wilderness. Right? All the different tribes around the tabernacle where Moses was. So you go prepare a place for you, then you can simply add a place, and then you can add a place for you there. Then you can go, right? Of course, you're gonna go, you're gonna believe your eyes. If you see all these different beings in these different mansions that doing all these different things, right? And they're all ministering unto the Most High, because he says, Daniel tells us, he says, a thousand ministered unto him. It's a million. That's a million. Yeah, I have room for all these millions. Right?
Mansions.
Mansions.
Mini mansions.
That stuff must goes on for forever and ever and ever. Like they're doing these things, right? All right, go ahead. Verse 3.
Hebrews chapter 8, verse 3.
Huh.
For every high priest is ordained to offer gifts and sacrifice, wherefore it is of necessity that this man have somewhat also to offer.
Yeah, so every high priest got to offer something, right? Got to come with something. So this man got to come with something too. Like what are you offering? What are you bringing to the table? Go ahead.
Verse 4. For if he were on earth,
If he was what?
if he were on earth,
If he was on earth, what?
he should not be a priest.
He should not be a priest. Go ahead.
Seeing that there are priests that offer gifts according to the law.
We already have priests at that time, right? In the first century, they still had priests that was offering gifts when the temple was up, and they did it according to the law already, right? So Christ was on the earth, and that's when he came to the earth, right? He did priestly things, but he was not looked at as a priest because he's from Judah, and the Levite.
Um,
The law says only Levites can be priests,
okay,
right?
okay.
So that's why he's saying that there's gotta be a transference of the law. You gotta transfer that to this man from Judah.
Come.
It would transfer, if we trying to show him. It's gonna be transferred. Whether they see it or not. But they saying if why he's right is that if he was on earth right now, he wouldn't be a priest. So there's a time when he's gonna be a priest on earth, is when he returns. When he returns, in the order of Melchizedek, right?
Okay.
Which superseded the Levitical priesthood.
Right. Right. Right.
So he's bringing back something that preceded it.
Right, so it don't matter that he's Judah anyway.
That wouldn't matter at all.
Okay.
You think John understood that though, when he was baptizing them? Like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I believe that understood that. So if he was on earth, he should be a priest. Seeing that there are priests that offer gifts according to the law. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Who serve unto the example and shadow of heavenly things.
See, these priests down there in the first century, they are serving an example of a shadow of the heavenly thing. Go ahead.
As Moses was admonished of God when he was about to make the tabernacle, for see, saith he, that thou makest all things according to the pattern shewn to thee in the mount.
Right? So Moses was shown how it looked in heaven.
Wow.
And he will say, listen, make it just like what you see right here. Make it just like that. So he had a visual of what he sees. So when they finished the tabernacle, if that don't match what he saw, he'd be like, no, something is wrong.
Wow.
Something is wrong. So when Moses saw, he like, that's it. That's what I saw on the mountain. That's what I saw on the mountain. For see, saith he, that thou make all things according to the pattern showed to thee in the mount. Another reason why he's up there for 40 days or
Okay.
40
Because
nights.
he's being shown.
He's being shown every angle and measurements of it so he can get it right down there.
Wow.
That takes a while to be doing. Maybe he goes up twice for that long.
Maybe that's how Noah knew how to build the ark too, you know.
Huh?
The Most High showed it to him.
I think most I should have told.
Wow.
That's how Solomon needed to build the temple. God showed it to David. God gave the blueprint to David, and David gave it over to Solomon.
Wow.
Yeah, that design don't come from man. Go ahead.
Verse 6. But now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promises.
Right? He's the leader of a. It's better because now it can give you eternal life. It's established on better promises because now you're becoming a priest, right? And you're getting more. There was promise back in the first covenant, the land of Israel. Right or wrong? In this renewed covenant, that is renewed, Christ said, you know, overcome, I'll make you ruler of a country. You know how to rule the whole country?
so it's a freebie, what is it?
Free will.
A freebie? Into the Jordan River or something? To the Egypt River, where it started?
From the Nile
From the Nile,
to the Euphrates.
Euphrates,
That's the land of Israel.
Euphrates.
Yeah, that's from the Nile to the Euphrates, not just that's the west. That's from the west and the northern borders. Right? That's all in western, that's the west and the eastern border. The west of the eastern border, right? The northern border would be the Mediterranean Sea. And then the southern border would be, I think the Indian Ocean.
So the northern border would be towards Egypt, or going back that way?
That's the west border. Right? Because we in the west.
Oh.
So Egypt is like before us. We further west than Egypt, right? We more further west than Egypt. Egypt would be west. We call our starting point is Israel. So if you go west, you're gonna go Egypt. If you go further west, you're gonna come where? To the Americas, right? Or over to Canada, that area, right? This is all further west. So Egypt will be the west, the Nile River is the western border. The Euphrates will be the eastern border, the Mediterranean Sea, the northern, and then you have the Indian Ocean on the other side, right, on the desert. That's the land allocated when New Jerusalem drops. It's gonna drop and cover all of that. Oh, wow. Right? It's gonna cover it. Not that, at least the majority of square footage is gonna cover the most of that. Right? So, but Christ said, but we're gonna own countries over countries in other parts of the world. Him and overcome is going to be ruler of a country, right? Just imagine if you ran one of these countries over there, right? You ran Iraq. All of Iraq belong to you.
Wow. Wow.
All of Kuwait belong to you. Right? All that's yours. You ran all of Brazil, all that's you. You over the entire Brazil. Right? What wouldn't you be able to do if you ran over all of Brazil?
On the lane.
Isn't it?
On the lane.
So you run all of California. All of it is you run the whole thing. Right? Still full with people and everything else and all that, but they recognize it's you the man that runs everything.
Right.
Which is,
You the man they gotta answer to. You the man that you delegate to other people underneath you to keep things going. And you check them, make sure everything is going correctly. You know what I'm saying? You know what kind of press, what kind of fame you will have?
Right.
With all these people over here.
Rank would be up.
Say again?
The rank would be way up.
Way up. You can come down here and turn into a human being if you want to or not, and do whatever you need to do. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're not breaking the Torah, you're good. That's permanent power and respect. But you're gonna have this, don't forget you have your superpowers too. Don't forget we have that. Power that you have. So you living like a Superman, and you'll reach it where you at. With your other brothers as well.
Right.
One of your other brothers, he runs New York. Like, man, my brother so and so, yeah, man, Izar, yeah, he runs New York over there. He every now and then. I'm running Cali, he's running, you know what I'm saying? Tony over there, he got Texas completely shut down. You know what I'm saying? He's running all of that. All that's here. Your brother down in Florida, you got all of Florida.
what about Southern Smith?
Server Smith. Gentiles can get the same. He can. He
He has the back door in Florida.
He's trying to sneak Gentiles in the back door. No. You can hear that. You can hear that. You want to hear that? You can't sneak Gentiles in. That doesn't work, bro.
Yeah, but catch look,
Right?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing business with them and stuff like that. You know how to do business with them, but you know, you come here sticking in into my tabernacle. I gotta
You
deal
can't.
with this one. So,
You don't want it sneaking into the kingdom.
No,
I want to book up the verse.
It's not possible.
How you gonna sneak in there? If you can sneak to the kingdom, you can sneak into heaven up top, can't you? If we sneaking in things now, you know what I'm saying?
How you gonna sneak in when you can't hide nothing in your hands behind your back?
If you can sneak in there, that means you can make it out of there.
Right?
Uh, uh,
How you gonna sleep with all these angels watching,
Judging.
looking,
We are here.
ready to put hands on you, you go get out of line.
We see you.
Man, going crazy, man. But you can't sleep for this. You just have to leave a back door open or a back window open.
Not so.
Don't have a window, don't have a back window or a back door. Don't have that. The same way you go in, the same way you gonna go out.
In, through the out.
So he think they could just creep in, like whatever tribe it is, go through like Benjamin or Dan, and they just keep roaming, and now we in the city.
It's crazy. Let's say you do sneak them in. You think they gonna forget the store tongue. Listen, you guys don't belong in here. They gonna see they don't belong in here.
Garments is not what everybody else is
We
wearing.
all got spiritual bodies and you don't. They gonna say, well, you don't belong in here.
Huh,
Like, how you get in?
huh.
They gonna say he sneaked us in. I mean, that's gonna who sneaked you in? Service. Smith, he snuck you in.
Front and center.
Smith snuck him in.
Uh-oh.
You gotta go.
Yeah, the scripture said that,
Scripture says right here, you can't sneak nobody in. You broke the rule. You gotta go.
Oh, that was a bad deal, wasn't
They
it?
don't follow the land. Like the law of the land, they don't follow the law of the land, they're not from the land. They follow the law of the land.
That's great.
Bet you won't do that.
This is
Great.
sleeping in the bed.
This is gonna sneak you in kingdom.
Sneak them in the gate where they ain't wanted.
Go ahead.
Verse 8, for finding fault with them, he said, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
Right? So once I find fault with Israel, so he's making a renewed covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. So for you to get in, you have to be part of the new covenant, am I right or wrong?
Come,
It's only made here, it says with Israel
come.
and with Judah. So if the new covenant is made with you, how can you get in?
Wow.
It's only for new covenants,
Come,
right?
come,
New covenantees.
come.
That's what the kingdom is for. They ain't made with nobody else, so how can you get people in? But it's crazy.
You must have some special power we don't know about.
That means that they're not on the list,
Come, not invited,
not invited.
invite only,
Huh?
invite only.
Invite only.
Probably where they get that from.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord.
So it's not like that covenant, because that one was written on stone, right? This covenant is according. This covenant is written on those stones. You know, according to that, and because they continue not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. Go ahead.
Verse 10. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws in their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people.
There it is, right?
Come.
So now it's coming off the stones and it's going upon you. It's coming off the stones and it's going to be written on you now, right?
Come.
So it ain't no more. You would have to be resorting to have to go read it somewhere. It's going to be this. It's a part of you.
Come.
You gonna know it to a T,
Come.
right?
Come.
So you won't need Well, let's read it. Go ahead, verse 11.
Verse 11. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for all shall know me, from the least to the greatest.
See? When the commandments are written on you, you're gonna know the Lord. No one is gonna teach you to know the Lord. Not that they won't teach you anything, but one thing they won't teach you is to know the Lord.
Because you're already.
Because they all gonna know me, from the least to the greatest. So I need you to teach me to know the Lord. And once you know the Lord, then you know the commandments. You know how to operate. You know what to do and what not to do. That doesn't mean that you can go off. You make a choice or not, right? Go ahead.
Verse 12. For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more.
Here it is, right? He is merciful to our unrighteousness, to our sin, our iniquities. And he shall remember that no more. Let that go. Go ahead.
Verse 13. In that he saith a new covenant,
In that did he say a new covenant. Go ahead.
he hath made the first old.
He has made the first old. What's the first? What he's making old? The one that's on the stone. Right? If I'm making a new or renewed covenant, then the first one that I made on the stones is becoming old. Right? Becoming old. Go ahead.
Now that which decayeth,
That which what?
decayeth,
That which decayeth. Right? Go ahead.
and waxeth old, is ready to vanish away.
Right. That only makes sense. He's talking about the stones, right? At this point where we at right now, right? How old do you think them stones are?
About 4,000?
Them stones were like 1400 BC. So you add another 1400 to our time. From Jesus Christ. From Jesus Christ was almost 2000. Add another 1400 to that.
3,400 years.
About 3,400 years. That's how old them stones are, right? Now, something that's that old, does it fit that it says right here? Right? He had made the first old. Is that old? 3,400 years old. Is that old?
That's old.
That's old.
That's old.
That is old. Right? It says, now that which decayeth, right? Being that old, that stone is ready to decay, right?
Right.
And waxeth old, meaning it's getting older by the year. It's ready to what?
Man.
It's ready to vanish away. Right? Why ready to vanish away? You don't need it no more. Why you don't need it no more? Because it's not written on you. Why do I need it on the stones anymore if it's not written on me? Why do I need the stones anymore? What purpose is the stones anymore if it's written on me?
Right. The stones serve their
The
purpose.
stones serve their purpose. He have made the first old by saying I make a new covenant, right? When you say I'm gonna get a new car, you immediately making the car you had at first look old. You wanna when that new one pull up, that's gonna look very old right or wrong. You got a fresh paint job, brand new leather and all that in there. You look like, oh man, this thing is old right here. Immediately you gonna say, oh, that thing is old. It's time to get rid of that old thing right or wrong.
Right. Junkie.
You gonna junk it, sell it or something. You gonna get rid of that old thing. That new thing looks shiny and you be like, yeah, I'm going with this shiny thing here, bro. No, that's gotta go.
I gotta go.
Pick me up, make me feel good.
Who feels good, right? That's what he's saying here at the end of that. That thing is decaying. It's decaying, it's waxing old, it's ready to vanish away. That's where we go. And so it is. It's gonna come to a point we ain't dealing with that Ten Commandments that was written anymore.
Right,
It's gonna be brought out to show proof
right, wow.
that it actually happened, that it actually took place. But after it's brought out and showed that it is proof, that's gonna crumble up and be gone. Because at that time, the Most High will see there's a process of him writing it on us, doesn't fulfill it. So the stone is getting older and older and ready to decay. Once God finished completing that renewed covenant, that stone stuff gonna vanish away. It's gonna turn to dust. It's gonna go. Gonna go. But all we're waiting for is to complete the writing on us. That's all. That's the only thing that's saving it from turning dust and vanishing away. That's why I said it's ready
Right,
to vanish away.
that's old,
That's old.
already old.
It's ready to vanish away. That's how old it is.
Wow.
These ain't the broken ones, huh?
Mhm. Those are the ones you went back up and got again. Those when you broke those, crumbled them up, and made Israel drink it.
Yeah, that was the one
No, they crumbled up the
golden, yeah.
golden calf.
made Israel
He
drink,
broke the stones, and he crumbled the golden calf and made him drink it.
made them drink that stuff and they got sick,
Constipation.
constipation, that's been sick. You know,
You drink golden water, you go have to. Right. Because
oh, you get constipated?
yeah, because they were full of what?
Well,
SHI. If you get it,
wait a minute, you getting constipated means you can't do it.
Hmm?
Can't go back, you can't eat.
no, I used the wrong word, not constipated. Give him the run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said the wrong word, not constipated.
It was already constipated.
Give him a loose bowel.
Yeah, they already
A loose bowel.
constipated, so they was constipated now, cause see now you look at it, they was constipated with all that foolishness back in Israel. They wanted to go back, they wanted to get back there, and so they building these golden calves and all kind of mess, and then those made them drink, and they could get That's what you're saying.
Don't say if they drank that crumbled up golden calf, I don't think they would be dead.
Yeah.
And I looked it up online, they said, no, if you drink a little bit of gold in some water, you're gonna beat a run.
It's gonna give you the run. Nah, because it was I think Tales from the Hood, they came out with part two. Was it 2 or 3? 2, right? And some dude had on some golden shoes, and one of them kept making him defecate on himself.
I never seen Tales from the Hood too.
Yeah, but it was a scene, he stole some shoes, some golden
There was a
things.
part 2 to that?
Yeah, but not Clarence, the guy that did the first one that played the devil, and he wasn't in this, it was that dude, the guy named his name. He did the voice of Spawn, but he's a black actor. David Keith David. He played the devil in this one. And he was doing a lot of cursing and going, he was worse than the other. But anyway, there was one